In this lesson, we'll draw the handrails for the stairs. Alright, so my list of code and dimensions here. So we've got three main dimensions we're going to be working with in this lesson. The first one is our height for our handrails, which needs to be at 36 inches. I need to make sure that my handrail, the cross section, its circular cross section, its diameter does not exceed 2 inches, so we're going to make sure that's 2 inches, and we're going to make sure we draw it that way as well. And I also need to make sure I include my 12-inch extensions at both at the top and bottom of my staircases. So with those things in mind, let's jump into our project and let's get this accomplished. So as I mentioned, we're going to have a 36-inch height for our handrail. So I'm going to go with a line here, and I'm going to start at the top of this stair, right at this nose here, and I'm just going to go up 36 inches. So we'll go 36. And now I'm going to do the exact same thing at the bottom here. Same location, so we'll say 36. I'm going to take a quick measurement because I need to make sure once we get our rail in here, we need to make sure it extends out 12 inches past this nose. So we'll do a real quick measurement. I want to see what this dimension is. So we'll go from here to about here, and that's probably a little bit more than, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we need. So I could probably bring this line down, and I bet you the end of this will be a foot. So we'll go from here to there, and that's a foot. So that'll be exactly where we need to extend our line to. So really, I could probably just take this line and offset it up. So now all we need to do is take this line, we're going to copy it, bring it up to here. It includes my extension. We're in good shape so far. So I need to go ahead and extend this one past this step over 12 inches as well. So I'll go 12. Okay, so what I want to do now is add some structure to this. So what we could do is basically I want to have a vertical running bar going through here that's actually going to be holding our panels in place. Now in our design, we're going to have glass panels. You may have seen other designs, or there's a lot of other designs where you have balusters, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever your design is about. You'll see them actually located on the steps here. But ours, we're going to go with glass paneling that's going to be held in with some vertical pieces as well as some clips and connection pieces at each vertical piece. So with that in mind, let's start creating the thickness for all those pieces. So I'm going to go with an offset, and I'm going to make that 2 inches for that 2-inch thickness. And I'm also going to include that dimension for the vertical pieces as well. So let's go ahead and start offsetting all these guys. And we could do a little bit of trimming a little bit later on. And I'm going to offset this one coming out right there, and I'm going to offset this one going in. And we need one more bar. I want a bar to actually come in the middle here. So we have 13 steps going down this way. So on the 7th step is where I'll place my next vertical piece. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So right there is where we'll actually get that. So I'm going to go line. We'll come in here and we'll place our piece here right in the middle. And now I can trim that. So we'll go trim. Actually, we'll keep it how it is and we'll offset first. So we'll offset 2 inches. We'll actually do it 1 inch. So we'll do 1. So we'll go 1 on this side, 1 on this side. We'll get rid of that middle line. And now I could simply just trim off what I don't need. So we'll go trim. And anything above I don't really need. And down here, our structure is actually going to be tied in with our stringer. A lot of times you may see this embedded inside your actual step or your tread, but ours is going to be welded to the stringer. So I'm just going to clip that off. So now we have the main structure in place for the most part. So I can come in here, we'll close this off, and we'll do the same thing here on the bottom. I'm going to do some more trimming so that we can add our connection pieces as well. So we'll go trim. I'll snap that off. Things are really starting to come together. I trim the bottom of that off as well because this will be connected to the stringer. And we'll see how it looks on top. Let's go ahead and trim these out. So we'll type in trim, and we'll start cleaning off these lines as well. Cool. So now that we have that taken care of, we've got most of our structure in place. I'm going to do one more step before we jump into the next lesson, and I'm going to kind of divide this up into equal spaces here so that I know how I want to position my my connection pieces. So let's check out what this dimension is here. So I'm going to go there. The distance from here to here is going to be about 2 feet 9. So for this design, I'm just going to grab a line here real quick, and I'm going to go down, we'll say 2 feet 9 isn't quite 36 inches, so we'll say 16 inches down this way will be one line, and I'll do the same thing here. And what that does is basically switches this up into 2 separate pieces, like so. And I'll use the center point here and then the center point here as the location, or way to find the location for where I want to place my connection pieces. Alright, so now that those are there, in the next lesson we'll start working with the connection pieces as well as hatching in our glass.